Mary's coming home, so you need to clean out your room so she can stay.
What are you talking about? It's mine.
Why is this so hard for you to understand? My sister Mary is going to be staying with us for a while, and she needs her own room. She needs a place to sleep, and your stuff is in the way. My lord, you are dense.
But Mary has never lived here before. How can that be considered coming home?
Do I have to spell this out for you? My mother is living with us, right?
Yeah. So?
Wherever mother is home. That's what mother says.
We bought this house right after we got married. She had nothing to do with its purchase. Why do I have to bend over backwards for her?
You saying that my sister can't stay?
I never said that. What about your man cave? Can't she stay there?
Out of the question. Putting that aside, you have no right to say anything about what goes on in this house. The house is in my name, so I make the rules and choose who can stay or cannot.
Our house.
I'm the primary breadwinner here. I am the pillar on which this household relies on to support them.
Look, I have no problem with her coming to stay with us, but I still don't see why I have to give up my room for her.
You're wasting a whole room for whatever you do in there all day. I'm just making efficient usage of the limited space we have.
It's my office! I work from home! We talked about this when we bought this house. You agreed and we signed off on it.
Well, Mary is coming home and that room is going to be hers.
Then I won't be able to work. What am I going to do?
Whatever you do can't be that important. Just enough to afford a new pair of shoes or a haircut, or whatever you waste your money on.
How can you say that? I haven't bought anything for myself for years. We still have loans and mortgages we need to pay off.
I'm the one paying all of that off, you know that. Therefore, you have no legitimate reason to say anything about what goes on in this house.
Well, that may be true. I'm working to supplement our income and give us some breathing room.
You really think a thin argument like that is going to earn any sympathy from me? Mother said you would try to pull something like this.
Try what?
Try to push the fake news narrative that your work is somehow vital to our well-being.
We need to save more and be more economical. Things have been tight since Mary got married, and you brought your mother here because you didn't want her to live alone. I admire and am happy that you did that for her, but you need to understand that it puts extra strain on our finances.
And so what? She's my mother, so it's obvious that I would do that for her. Are you saying I should throw out my own mother to fulfill your selfishness and unwillingness to be hospitable to my family?
I never said that. How could you possibly infer that from what I said?
Mother says you treat her like a slave and can't even attend to her basic needs. From what I see, it's true.
You said that when your mother moves in with us, my house chores would be halved because she would help me out. But since she came, she hasn't helped out at all, and instead makes huge messes everywhere she goes and yells at me when I don't follow right behind her to clean up. In the kitchen, she only comes in to look in the fridge, make snide comments about what brands I buy, and then demand extravagant foods and dishes that cost way more than we can afford.
Well, duh. You've married into this family, so dealing with those requests is a given. What are you complaining about?
I'm saying that me not being able to work is going to be more troublesome than you can imagine.
It'll only be for 2 months or 3, so it won't be too much of a problem.
2 or 3 months?
My mom said Mary might be here for that long.
Isn't that a little long for just a visit?
She hasn't been home since she got married, so her and mother want some quality time with one another and relax without having to worry about anything. Why can't you see it from their perspective?
Which is all the more reason why it's important that I keep my workspace.
You make no sense at all. Quit being greedy and just do as I say. It is common knowledge that a wife is subservient to all relatives of her husband. I can't believe you don't know that and try to get out of your duties. Family comes first.
Am I not your family? We became family when we got married.
What are you talking about? The husband's family always comes first. How did you ever get to marrying age without knowing that?
Then what am I supposed to do while Mary is staying with us?
If you're around, Mary won't be able to fully relax. So you need to leave for the time she's here.
What? I can't stay in my own house?
That's what Mother said.
Are you out of your mind? Your mother wants me to leave the house.
We're just going to live as a happy family with no unnecessary distractions. Please understand.
The way you describe it, it's like I'm not family to you.
Well, wives are originally strangers, and to Mother and Mary, you are nothing but a stranger in their house.
But it's my house!
No, it's mine. Check the deed if you want.
So I have to give up my office to someone who is not my family and leave so they can feel comfortable?
That's what we call wifely duties.
I've never heard of that ever before. What kind of backward society teaches that to children?
No one teaches it. It's common sense. Something you obviously lack. I'm sick of trying to teach you the proper way to act as a wife. You can't teach a fish to walk, and I'm wasting my time. Clean out your office and leave. Mother says it needs to air out its bad energy before Mary can stay there. Consider this an order from the man of the house and no further arguing.
My name is Heather. I got married 5 years ago. We bought a house soon after getting married at his insistence. I thought we should save up more before we took the plunge, but he said that it would be fine and we were locked into a 35-year loan with no down payment and a relatively high fixed interest rate. Because of that spur-of-the-moment purchase, our monthly payments on it are quite high. My husband's father passed away 8 years ago, leaving my husband, his mother, and his sister with the house. For reasons that were never explained clearly to me, they sold the house and all moved into a small apartment. Then 6 months ago, when his sister got married, my husband announced that his mother was going to live with us. And that brings us to the situation we are in today. While I have no problem with his sister visiting, the extended nature of her stay has me wondering. But above all else, I was shocked that my husband's family would say such things.
Heather, dear, how is cleaning going? It doesn't look like you've made much progress.
I'm sorry, Monica. I've been really busy with work and haven't had time to get around to it.
Michael did have a talk with you, right? Or have you already forgotten? My Mary is going to be coming home soon and needs a room for herself.
Yes, I've heard, but I simply do not have the time to do anything else now.
Look, dearie, your job is nothing worth writing home about. Mary is far more important than any time killing small change rackets you're running from your office.
I see.
I want that room cleaned, sanitized, and devoid of you by the time Mary comes through the front door.
Then where am I supposed to do my work while she's here?
I really don't care. You deal with it. It's not my problem. Why don't you make yourself scarce here and run back to your parents' house in the projects? While Mary is in my house, you won't be needed around here.
Your house?
Mine, Michael's, it's all the same.
So he was serious about me leaving my home for his sister.
Of course! Any decent wife would willingly leave the house to make room for her husband's family. They would do it without even being asked. I'm shocked that we even have to have this conversation with you. My poor girl won't be able to be at ease if she has to share her house with a stranger.
That's saying a bit too much, don't you think? Ever think that my feelings may be hurt by this treatment?
You don't have feelings. Quit messing around. Wives aren't family, so I don't see what you're getting your panties in a bunch for. My Mary is far cuter and more enjoyable to be around than you.
So that's the truth of how you feel about me. And to think that I've been biting my tongue when dealing with you because I foolishly believed that you cared for me as an actual family member.
Biting your tongue around me? Perish the thought. What have I done that requires you to keep your trap shut?
Your selfish requests that are completely unnecessary.
Selfish? How dare you? I am the most selfless person that has ever walked this green earth. No one is as humble as me or as kind as me.
Rich, coming from someone who demands the only meat they will let pass their lips must be never frozen and graded A5 or higher. Or the only thing they will put on their morning toast is imperial-grade caviar.
How can I help that? I have rich tastes. I simply cannot consume the feed that commoners like you consider cuisine.
Even if you say that, our household budget is constantly on the verge of collapse. The money spent on food alone almost equals our monthly house payments.
Are you telling me you can't even manage a household budget? You really are a pathetic excuse for a wife.
If you know how to move money around in such miraculous ways, please tell me. How did you make things work with such rich tastes? I'm cutting every corner I can think of, and I just don't have any more ideas.
I just left everything up to my husband. He made enough so we had housemaids and cooks do all that other work. I never had to lift a finger except to bring chocolate-covered strawberries up to my lips.
How am I supposed to make ends meet with the income we have? Your husband must have been exceedingly wealthy to pull that off.
I don't know. I just know that you aren't trying hard enough. Michael works for a huge company and makes more money than the average man his age. Learn from him on how to succeed.
On top of outrageous ingredients for everyday meals, you've also demanded huge additions to the house that further add to our monthly payments.
What additions do you speak of? I simply ask for things that would make life easier for all of us.
Expanding the bathroom to include a jacuzzi and sauna. Radiant heating installed in every room of the house. Bluetooth-linked smart appliances.
If I'm going to live with you, those things are a must. I will not settle for less.
What about reforming the kitchen to be all electric?
You don't know that it's dangerous for the elderly to use open flames. Are you so dumb that you couldn't see the reason for that till you're told? You really are a lost cause.
Mother, you have never once cooked since you've moved in. I am the only one to do anything in the kitchen.
Since I have a maid/daughter-in-law, there is no need for me to do such peasant chores.
I see. That's really how you see me. I didn't want to believe it, but I sure felt it.
Quit whining and feeling sorry for yourself. Clean out that room and make it presentable for Mary's arrival. By the way, while Mary's here, please don't show yourself. You're hopeless as a wife, and just seeing you stresses me out. I can't imagine the trauma your presence would cause my poor Mary.
Really? You're going to go that far?
Really, child. If you have a problem with the truth, you don't even have to come back. We've done fine without you, and we'll do fine if you all of a sudden disappear. I doubt my son or I would even know we were gone, to be honest, seeing as you do so little around here anyways.
So I am not family to you, despite marrying into and taking your family name?
You didn't have to. In fact, I was against you sullying our prestigious name by boldly tacking your heathen name to the front of it. While the law may see you as family, never once have you been considered a part of it, and you will never earn the right to truly be one of us. I'm sure my dear husband is still rolling in his grave after you so unceremoniously barged into our lives.
Very well.
Looks like Mary is going to be staying with us for a bit longer, so there is no need for you to think about coming back anytime soon.
Really? I see.
You can do your so-called work at your parents' place in the meantime. As long as you stay out of my family's hair, we'll all be happier for it.
Honestly, time has flown and I hardly realized it's been 3 months. Without interruptions, I've been able to get ahead on my work and have more free time than ever. Right now, I'm out with some hometown friends and we're eating dinner together.
What on earth are you thinking? You can't do that.
What's wrong with that? Can't a girl hang out with her friends once in a while? especially after not seeing them for a few years.
Mother said it is not right for a housewife to be doing such uncouth things without oversight from her husband. How dare you do such things? Are you trying to bring humiliation upon my family?
You are being ridiculous.
No, you are. I will not allow it. If you are going to leave your house for any reason, you need to have my express consent. And I will not allow you to meet any of your old friends anymore.
You're saying I need your permission to walk out of my own parents' house to do anything? Do you have any idea how absurd that sounds? Or is this more wisdom imparted from your great leader? I mean, mother.
Everyone knows that wives must do everything their husband tells them to do. How can you be so rebellious and laugh in the face of tradition?
Just laughing at you and your family's ludicrous ideals.
Do not mock Mother's teachings.
Putting that aside, how long is Mary going to be staying there?
Shouldn't matter to you in any way, shape, or form. She'll leave when she leaves. That's all you need to know.
I was just wondering when I'll be able to return.
Like I said, not your problem.
Even though it's my home?
It is my family home.
I still have not accepted your flimsy reasons for me to give up my office when your man cave and mother's room are more spacious. I only relented because you and your mother would not stop pestering and goading me. Your mother took the entire guest bedroom, which has enough space for 2 queen-sized beds to be placed with room to spare.
Cut it out with your foolish logic. It is only right to give my family first pick in all decisions. It is the way it always has been and always will be under my roof. If you hate it so much, go ahead and divorce me.
Are you being serious?
Of course. If you're scared of losing me, shut up and do as I say.
Really? Are you fine with me leaving you?
As serious as an acute myocardial infraction. No skin off my back, seeing as you'll be the 35-year-old failed marriage holder. Not like anyone is going to want damaged goods. So you have no choice but to stay with me because I'm the only one willing to take in your past prime produce. I'm doing you a favor. Just do as I want and I'll let you take care of me. You're not going to find a better deal anywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good with a divorce. Glad that you brought it up first so I can claim alimony.
You're fine with that.
Did you really think I would stay under your demands? Also, you don't think of me as family, so that's just more reason to end this farce of a marriage. After spending a few months with my family and friends that treat me better than you ever did, I realize how laughable it would be to return to that gulag you call a home.
How dare you throw my kindness back in my face? Apologize now and I'll let it slide.
Apologize? For what? You should be the one apologizing to me, right?
Out of the question. I've done nothing wrong. Your stubbornness and open-mindedness is the cause of all of this. Did you really think I would cave to your threats and try to convince you not to divorce me?
Not at all. I have the biggest smile on my face now with pen in hand waiting for those divorce papers to sign.
That does it. I don't need a wife that thinks marriages are a two-way street. The papers are going to be in the mail tomorrow. Sign them and turn it in yourself. I will never allow you to cross the threshold of my house ever again. Heather!
You need something, Mikey? I signed and filed the divorce papers a week ago. It's all done. You and I are complete strangers again. Just the way you like it.
What did you do with all the money?
What are you talking about?
There's not enough money in the bank account to pay this month's bills.
Well, yeah. Since I've been living at my parents' place 3 months ago, I haven't put my paychecks in that account.
What do your paychecks have to do with anything? Where is my money?
You really have no idea how money moved in that household, do you?
What are you talking about?
Money for the mortgage is withdrawn automatically every month.
I know that. I'm not stupid. There should be plenty left over.
Same with the car payments, the kitchen reform payments, the bathroom renovation payments, and the payments for the heated flooring. All of your salary is gone once those were deducted. I told you that when you decided to make all those renovations at your mother's demand.
So how did I pay for utilities, groceries, and gas?
Through my work, of course.
You've got to be kidding me.
Things are going to be pretty tough for you from here on out. I sure am glad you demanded that all the loans and borrowed money would be put in your name. My money is safe with me and I get to start anew debt-free.
That's not the end of it.
Now what?
It's Mary.
What about her?
It turns out she was kicked out by her husband because she was cheating on him. A few days ago, we got a visit from a lawyer with a court summons. He's suing her. She finally told us after he left.
I thought as much.
How did you know? Neither Mother nor I had any clue about it.
I didn't know for sure, but you didn't think it was strange that she would want to stay for such a long time. I thought something was fishy about her sudden request to come and stay.
Then why didn't you say anything then?
Well, since I'm not family, I believed it would be better to keep my mouth shut and not encourage the rumor mill in any way. You know, like the bystander you and your mother wanted me to be.
If you had an inkling, you could have said something, though.
Why should I go through that trouble? Not like you would have believed me if I had said my suspicions anyways, right? The fact that you took her at face value is more confounding than anything else.
Unlike your family full of cynics, my family is pure and accepts everyone without suspicion.
Pure? Like the woman that got kicked out by her husband for cheating and lied about why she wanted to spend time with her family? Pretty funny coming from a family that spouts the virtues of traditional gender roles in the family. Your mother must be so proud.
You tricked me, didn't you?
Trick you? How? And don't try to shift the blame on me. I worked hard to keep that house afloat despite the idiocy surrounding me. My work in the house and the income from my job were constantly ridiculed by the two of you, but I stayed with it because it was what I believe family did. Your mother and her puppet are the ones that denied being family with me. And it was you who brought up divorce first.
Then I take it all back. It never happened.
Nice try, McFly. But it's too late. I told you earlier, right? The divorce papers were signed, notarized, and filed.
Then how are we supposed to make it through this? Mary's payments to her husband are ridiculously high. She really got herself into a mess with her affair. We don't even have enough money for food.
Don't forget, my alimony demands will be coming in the mail soon, too. Probably not as high as what Mary's are, but still meant to leave a mark. But you're head of the house, right? The pillar around which I'll lean on and rely on for support. Good luck. Maybe you can get Mary to get a job to help pay for her court fees.
She's never worked a day in her life. She'd never be able to make enough to help out.
I thought as much. I always wondered why you guys sold the huge house that your father had bought.
We had to sell it to pay for Mother's and Mary's living costs. It was the only way to keep paying for the lifestyle they were used to.
I figured as much. I'm sure she's making herself as useful around the house as your mother, too, now.
She just lounges around doing nothing. She won't cook, clean, or do anything useful around the house. Mother's age precludes her from doing any work that could aggravate her heart condition. Now I can't take a step around my own house without kicking discarded cans or bags of trash lying around. My house is now a landfill.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Your mother is the messiest person I've ever met, and that gave me every reason to believe your sister was no different. They both expect others to clean up after them, so they never bothered to change their stuck-up behaviors. If you can't get them to do any work or don't expect them to do anything, I guess it's all up to you.
What? You mean you're not going to come back and clean up for us?
Why would I?
We're your family. You would abandon those who rely on you?
Funny. Looking back on our texts, I can't find a single instance of you calling me your family. But I do have several examples of you and your mother specifically stating that I was not your family. You and I are nothing but acquaintances now. Especially after how I was treated right before your sister so joyfully rejoined your life.
Have you no sense of duty?
I did when we were married, but since you decided to not treat me equally, I no longer have the slightest will to do anything to support you.
Come on. After everything I did for you, you owe me.
I owe you nothing.
Come back. Please.
I think that may be the first time you've ever said please to me sincerely. But that's still a hard pass for me. Did you forget? You and I got divorced.
You're my true family. I'm the only one for you, and you're the only one for me.
Are you out of your mind? Do you have any idea how creepy and desperate you sound now? I'm going to go now before you start begging. While funny, it is painful to see someone I once loved reduced to your state because of hubris.
Wait, Heather, don't leave me. Heather! You're the only family I care about.
In the end, Michael and his family had to sell the house they were so proud of. Again. Unfortunately, they got a horrible deal on it because of the terrible smell left behind by his mother and sister's inability to clean up after themselves. Even after the sale, it was not enough to pay off all the loans he had taken out on it. They had to move into a small one-room apartment on the other side of the tracks. The three of them were squeezed into that tiny space while Michael went to work and his sister was forced to get a part-time job in order to pay off some of her alimony payments. To add an insulting kick to a dead horse's injury, his mother fell asleep boiling water for Spam on mac en fromage, causing a fire that further increased their debt payments. Seems she really did understand that she couldn't be trusted with open flames. My ex has been so persistent with messages promising change if only I returned to him, that I had to block him once the number reached 50 a day. He needs to focus on working, not chasing an impossible dream. After cutting ties with that horrible family, I've started my life anew and found that I have a knack for being an online advisor. My job rarely takes me from home, so I've invested a lot of my profits into giving my parents a remodeled home with all the creature comforts one could ask for. Since I paid for all the work in cash, I'm not going to have the bank on my case asking for their money back like my ex and his family. Learned that lesson. Now I can meet my friends whenever I please and eat out without anyone looking over my shoulder. Life is good. Thank you for watching to the end. If this video made you feel just as Earth's reserved, please leave a like. Everyone else, leave a comment. And as always, please subscribe.